Hawa, Brakataya Hawashai, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Hawashai, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Hawashai, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Hawashai, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Hawashai, Bashim, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors unto the elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Yeah, and peace and salutations unto all the elect of Israel, man, and the Archeum in the four corners of this world, man. Yeah, man, it's your brother, Nasaya Allah. I know I got a Hebrew name now through the brother Daniela, who got it from an elder in in Carolina. Yeah. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Shimon Shai for giving me a Hebrew name through the brother Daniela, man. And Dawada to Daniela for giving me that, man. That's a good gift, man. Thank you, man. But yeah. Got I got another video for you, man, through the spirit. Yeah. Being in the truth will change you for the better. Because when you're in this truth, you know that you're an Israelite, and you know that being an Israelite, obviously, it's upholding the laws to the best of your ability. But really, you're born again, man. You're born again, which is the renewing of your mind. And I'm going to get into that in Romans 12, verse 2 to 3. But yeah, it's like you're a new person, man. The things that you used to do before, you don't do it anymore, man. You don't want to do it no more. You don't want to do it no more. It's like you're changed. You're a changed person. You want to seek righteousness rather than just seeking degeneracy and darkness. You want to seek the light, which is the Lord, man. You have a new passion now. You don't have a passion for making it in this world. Now, I'm not saying brothers shouldn't have careers and hobbies. You can still have that. But it becomes obsolete. And the law becomes more important. It's like you become a whole new person now. Yeah, and that's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful transition. You know how the caterpillar transformed into the butterfly? That's like us in the truth, man. We're no more caterpillars now. Now, the cocoon stage is literally us studying, studying to show ourselves approved. And now we're in that butterfly stage, man. We're just a complete new person. Those that have the Ruach HaKodesh being the Holy Spirit, they're not going to be the same as there was in the world, man. They're not going to be the same as there was in this world. They're going to be a complete new person. The old things have passed away, man. Onto the new now. That's like I said in my last video, you will lose friends. You lose people that you used to kick it with in the world. You cut them off, man. Or they cut you off because you're different now. You're a completely different new person. And I'm going to start off by going on to 1 Corinthians, verse 13. Sorry, chapter 13, verse 11. I'm going to highlight it. Beautiful scripture. This is 1 Corinthians 13, verse 11. Yeah. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So you truly become a man in this truth. You don't do the childish things anymore that you used to do. Let's say, for example, you used to smoke weed. You don't want to smoke weed no more. And even though you relapse, because obviously we're in the flesh and we have vices, you feel condemned. When before, when you used to smoke weed, you never felt condemned. You thought it was the right thing to do. But now you know it's the wrong thing to do because you got the Spirit convicting you now. Yeah? Yeah, and let me read verse 12 because that's a good point as well. This is verse 12. For now we see through a glass. That's beautiful. Darkly. But then, face to face, now I know in part. But then shall I know even as also I am known. Yeah? So we see through a glass now. So now everything is clear. It's clear what we're doing. We know what we're doing is wrong. Now we need to move. Now we seek away from that now. Yeah? So that's how it is in this truth, man. is an awakening, and is an understanding. Yeah, it's a growth. You have to grow in this thing. You can't be stagnant in one place. If you're stagnant in one place, yeah, either you have to pray to Yahweh Bashim Yashai in all sincerity, or maybe this thing ain't for you. Because this truth is about growth and growing in the Lord. Your faith has to grow. Your knowledge has to grow. You have to mature, man. There's certain times your brothers in the highways and byways, like, they get at scoffers, man. They go back to back and forth with scoffers. Now, it's come to a time where we don't want to go back and forth with scoffers. You just want to push out the word. That's a growth in itself. That's a maturity. Yeah? Beautiful. I'm going to move on to Romans. Salakia. Yeah. Romans 12 verse 2. I'm going to read down to 3. Beautiful. I'll read down to 3 as well. Yeah. Yeah. This is Romans 12 verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Adawan. For I say, through the grace given unto me, that every man that is among you not think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according to the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. See, where it says be conformed, be not conformed of this world. So don't do the worldly things that you used to do before. Forgo that. Leave that alone now. Now you're a different person now. Yeah? Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's being born again. Being born again is the renewing of your mind. What are you renewing? You're not thinking the old things I need to do. I'm gonna go to the club, maybe go and wine off some girl. I'm gonna go, sell some drugs. I'm gonna buy some drugs. Or I'm gonna go, crash out with the man them. Nah, man, you don't do them things no more, man. You have a renewing of your mind now. Now you're more sober-minded. Yeah? So now, see? That's a transformation. This truth is about being transformed, being changed. It's not about being in this truth and doing the same things in the world at the same time. That's not how it works. That means the Ruach HaKodesh ain't truly dealing with you. The Lord ain't dealing with you on that level. Because, you got some brothers here, they know that they're Israelites, but they're still of the world, man. They got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And that's the video I made yesterday, man. You can't be lukewarm. Remember what I read about lukewarm yesterday? The Most High will spew you out with his mouth, man. He will spit you out. He only deals with hot or cold, man. If you're going to be of this world, be of this world then. Be the most degenerate nigga you can be then. You might as well do that. You might as well be the most wicked Jake that you can possibly be. You're better off doing that than being lukewarm. What's the point? You're just wasting your time. You're deceiving yourself. The Bible talks about being a hero of the world, but not a doer. And I'm going to get into that. I believe that's in James, was it James 22 to 25? I'm going to get into that. In fact, let's get that right now. It talks about being a hero of the world, but not a doer. And that's a lot of brothers in the truth. In James 1, verse 22, and I'm going to read to 25. Let me highlight it. Yeah. But, so Salakia, James 1, verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, Salakia. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. And it's you're deceiving yourself. If you're just literally, let's say there's some brothers that they'll say shalom on the comment boards, and then you go back to, you go back into play what? You just go back into the world after that. Yeah, you switch off your phone or your laptop or your computer or whatever, and then you call up your worldly friend and say, oh yeah, let's go smoke some weed. You're deceiving yourself. What's the point in knowing you're an Israelite, saying shalom, but you're not practicing the faiths, you're not practicing the works? It's like that's what I'm saying. This is getting into lukewarmness, man. You gotta be on fire, man. Like this thing is serious, man. Once you know you're in it, you're in it. Like I said, this is a gang. I'm not saying this is a gang, but you know how a gang is like initiation, man. And then you got what do you have to do? Sometimes they're wicked. They got to be initiated in some gangs. You gotta kill someone. You gotta kill innocent blood to be proper initiated. But this one, you're not killing innocent blood. You're killing spiritual blood, if that makes sense. Because obviously, this word is like a sword, man. It cuts. So you gotta like do the works, man, to be initiated. You know, study to show yourself approved. So you're in a contract with the Lord, man, and you can't break it. You can't just be in this thing and then go back. Be in this thing and go back. It's not a revolving door, man. You know what a revolving door? They have them revolving doors in them offices where you it goes back and you can go in and you can come out at the same time. No, you can't do that, man. Once you're in this door, you can't go back out again, man. You gotta stay inside. That's how the truth is. You got to stay inside, and if you go out, you can't come back in again. You're in it to win it. You're in it, man. I said it yesterday that I brought out that scripture where saying no man that looketh back on the plow, that put his hand on the plow, Salakia, and look back is not worthy of him. So you put your hand on the plow, you can't look back. You gotta keep going forward. The plow is a farm tool. You gotta keep doing the work. You can't go look back. You're not worthy of the Lord then. You gotta keep going forward and forward and forward in this truth, man. That's it. So yeah. Verse 23. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. And for behold, for he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and the straight way forgetteth what manner of man he was. So that's beautiful. That's a beautiful precept right there, because if any man just be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he's like he looks into a mirror, yeah. So you're looking in the mirror, you see your reflection, and then by the time you look away from the mirror, you forget who you was. Yeah, you forget who you were, and that's very similar to the truth. To the people that you know that hear that like listen to brothers' videos, and once you finish listening to the video, you're hyped. You raised up in the spirit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is a fire precept this brother is bringing out. Oh, this is like you're digging what the brother is saying. By the time you finish watching the video now, yeah, you forget all what the brother is saying, and they just go back into the world again. You don't note down the scriptures, and you don't, meditate on the scripture, pray, and try to change your ways. You don't want to change your ways. You may get edified to a certain degree, but you just go back into the world anyway, man. Because you truly don't want to change. You want to still stay in this world because you feel comfortable in the way of darkness, man, and in this world. And that's what he's talking about when he says, behold himself and he goeth his way, and the straight way forgetteth what manner of man he was. See? So see, this is what we're dealing with a lot of brothers in the truth, man. Because the Most High is sifting, man. A lot of you brothers are not, the Most High didn't choose you. And that's a scary thing, and I don't want the Most High to cast me away from his presence, man. I pray every day to the best of my ability that the Most High doesn't cast his presence away from me, that he keeps his spirit on me, man. Because it's a fearful thing for the Most High to turn his back away from me, man. Okay, well, bye-bye, I don't need you no more. The Most High can do that. Yahweh Shem Yahushai can do that. He can make me a bug out. He can make me a Buddhist. That's how powerful the Lord is. He can change my mind and make me a bug out, man. May it not happen by Hashem Yahushai, but it's possible. Look at me, I'm bringing out the scriptures, yeah, through the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, man. And then all of a sudden, yeah, I could be talking about some wayward doctrine. Let's say, for example, I'm talking about, oh, did you know that James was Chinese? He was a Moabite? Because obviously I'm reading the book of James right now. James was a Moabite. and I can prove that. You know what I mean? I could say some crazy stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because the Most High rejected me now. Now you put upon me a lying spirit. Instead of the Ruach HaKodesh, I got a lying spirit on me now. That can happen. And I pray that he doesn't do that to me. Because the Most High can control your mind, you know. Yahweh can control your mind. He can control it. And I pray he doesn't do that. I pray he doesn't cast his presence away from me. Yeah? I'm going to read verse 25. But whoso looketh in the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein. So if you go in this truth now, but don't go back into the world, don't be lapsidaisical, don't be lukewarm, don't put 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but put 2 foot in and put your whole body into this truth and go forward in it. Yeah, guess what it says? He being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. So we're going to be blessed, man, doing this truth, man. Don't think we're just doing this in vain, man. The Most High sees your works. The Most High sees your works. He sees your labor of love, man. And he's just going to reward you for it. You're not going to be that foolish virgin that forgot to oil his lamp. You're storing up your treasures in heaven. Sorry. Every time I say treasures, yeah, I say it with a list. And I'm Salakia for that. Sorry. I'm not the best of speakers. But you're storing up your treasures in heaven, man, by doing this work. Yeah? Don't think the Most High doesn't see you, man. Like, even my videos right now doesn't get that much views. But I remember when the Ark, yeah, Daniela, he told me that the most important view is from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai himself, man. He sees your labor of love, man. And the scripture says, yeah, prophesy to the wind anyway, man. Prophesy to the wind. Yeah, because the angels are noting it down. They see what you're doing, man. Don't think you're alone. Even though you're in the four corners of your room, yeah, there's angels, man. They're around you. You're not alone in this thing, man. The Ruach HaKodesh is there, is in you, guiding you, you know what I mean, teaching you things in the scriptures. We got the comforter, man. We're not alone in this thing. But yeah, I'm gonna get beautiful. I'm gonna jump onto Proverbs. Proverbs 12, verse 1. Absolutely beautiful. This is Proverbs 12, verse 1. Whoso loveth instruction, loveth knowledge. But he that hateth, yeah? But he that hateth reproof is brutish. Yeah? You don't want to be... So if you love instruction, you're going to love knowledge. Okay, what can I do now to get into this truth? Because you love knowledge. You want to increase in your understanding. You got the right spirit already. That means the Most High can work with you. But he that thinks he knows it, he hates to be reproved because he has a proud spirit. Who are you to reprove me? I know it all. I know it all. I know it all. I know it all. Yeah? It's brutish. And let's look at the word brutish. Brutish, yeah? Is resembling or characteristics of a brute. Yeah? We'll look at get similes for that. Yeah, just basically being a brute. And they're usually the most aggressive ones, man. Yeah? So that's you being changed. You being changed because you want to seek knowledge. You want to seek understanding. You don't care who you're listening to. You can be listening to a 5-year-old, man. If that 5-year-old, yeah, how about Shimon Shah using that 5-year-old, you will listen to that 5-year-old because you're humble and you just love instruction and you love knowledge. Yeah? I'm gonna jump onto Galatians. Galatians 5, and there's 2 points I want to get in Galatians 5. Let me get the first point in verse 13 to 17. Oh, Salakia. Verse 13 to 17. So this is Galatians 5 verse 13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Yeah, liberty being freedom, because we've got freedom in this truth. Also use not liberty for an accusation to the flesh. Yeah, because you got some brothers here, they can be proud in this truth. They're proud. Oh yeah, you got the truth now, you got liberty, but that's a occasion. Sorry, Salakia, occasion. I said accusation, occasion to the flesh. Yeah, but be loved, but by love serve one another, because when you love your brother, you basically fulfill all the law. Because love is the commandment, is basically the law. So if you love your brother, you won't commit adultery. If you love your brother and you love the Lord, you will not commit adultery and all that, and idol worship. Yeah. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, which is love. Yeah. Even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. See? So you're not the same anymore. So when you have this truth, you learn that it's not just about following the law, statutes, commandments, and just doing it like a robot, but it's by loving your brother. It's being your brother's keeper, man. Yeah. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. See, that's beautiful, man. Yeah. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Yeah, because remember what I said in my last video, or one of the videos I made, is that the spirit and the flesh are against each other. They're like oil and water. Yeah, they're like oil and water. They're against each other. They hate, no, oil and water, they hate each other. It's two opposing things. I said the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Because the flesh doesn't want to do the way of the spirit, and the spirit doesn't want to do the way of the flesh. Yeah? So then for this side, then I say, walk in the spirit, that ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So verse 17, the last point. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one another. See, this is what I was saying. So that ye cannot do the things of that ye would. See? So when you're in this truth, and when you have the spirit working with you, you don't want to do the things of the flesh anymore. And that's why it's important to do prayer and fasting, because you're breaking your flesh down, and then you're upholding the spirit. See? That's the whole point of fasting. That's why when we sleep and then we have breakfast is break. See? You're breaking the fast. Yeah? And that's why when you sleep, you have dreams, because your spirit is enhanced, because you're not eating in them like 8 hours or 9 hours of sleep. And then your spirit is enhanced. That's why you get dreams and stuff like that, because you're literally going into the spiritual realm when you dream. But when you feel like, especially when you eat this fucking defiled food in this side, yeah, it doesn't even give you energy. You feel down and you have this negative energy on you, because this food is the food that we eat is bullshit, man. Food is supposed to give you life and nourish you, but here you're eating this defiled bread. It's like you feel like shit, man, because it's like you're feeding. It's like your flesh is like, yeah, your flesh has got the hold of you now. Like, you just feel down. But when you do prayer and fasting, you have a heightened spirit to you. You have a heightened mood, because your flesh is down. But the whole point is that when you walk in the way of the spirit, and you go, when you walk in this truth, yeah, you don't want to fulfill the laws of the flesh. You're different now. You're changed. It's beautiful. And this is the same chapter in Galatians 5. I'm gonna go down to Salakia. I want to go down to verse 22, which talks about the fruits of the spirits, man. I want to read from 22 to, let me see. Let me read, basically to 26, yeah. Yeah. It's Galatians 5 verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Yeah, against such there is no law. So if you don't have these fruits of the spirits, you basically not fulfilling no law. Because what's the point if you don't have love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance? You can fulfill all the law you want to fulfill. You have keep the fringes. You know, if you can keep the fringes, you cannot eat pork. Yeah, you can follow the Sabbath day perfectly. But if you don't have this thing here, you're not completing the law because you really don't. You really not. In order to complete the law, you got to change. You got to be spiritual, man. You got to have these fruits of the spirits on you. Yeah? You get it or you don't get it. That's something my uncle used to say. You get it or you don't get it. Yeah? So you're completely changed. This thing is spiritual, man. You're changed as a person. You're not the same anymore. Yeah? And verse 24. And they that are in Hamashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. Yeah? So you destroyed the flesh now. Those are following Yahweh Shai. Yeah? Spiritual, follow Yahweh Shai. This is the name of my channel. Yeah, verse 25. And if we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Yeah? And you walk in the spirit. You don't walk by actually physically walking. You walk by doing this word, man. Yeah? By doing the works, which is into the best degree, because faith is dead without works. Yeah? Let us not be desirous in vainglory, provoking one another and envying one another, man. Yeah, that vainglory, man. Look at me, man. Look at me. I'm the big guy. I'm the top dog. I'm the big bishop. Nah, man. You don't need all of that, man. Just be humble and do the works. That's it. You don't need to provoke one another, man, by envying one another. It's just who wants to be the bigger dog in this truth? Who wants to better one another in this truth? And it's stupid. Just do the works and that's it. Just do the works and that's it, man. And last point to close out. It's a bit of a quick video today. I'm going to jump onto 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. I'm going to read through to 18. Yeah, I'm going to read down to 18. Beautiful. So it's 2 Corinthians 3, verse 17. Now, the Lord is that Spirit. And where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Yeah? But we all, with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed. Changed. See, key word is changed. We're not the same anymore. Changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as the Spirit of the Lord. So we're changed, man. We're changed into the Spirit of the Lord because we have the Rakah Kodash in us. We're changed. We're moving in the Spirit. We're walking in the Spirit now. We've got the fruits of the Spirit. Yeah, we're not the same anymore. We're loving our brothers. We're showing more compassion. We're showing more mercy. Yeah, when we used to clash out on the small things, yeah, we show more patience now. We show more temperance. Yeah, we're showing more love to one another. So yeah, man, and I hope you've been edified in this video, man. I'd like to say, Rakata Yahweh Bashim Yao Shai. Yeah, man, Shalom.